what is fortification? I explained it in the simplest terms possible. Fortification is the food industry deciding that because we've processed these foods and we might end up in trouble because there are some bodies that will ask, why is this food having no nutrients? Why are people eating these products but they are ending up having nutrient deficiencies? But this is what is happening all through. All of us are eating a balanced diet. We eat a balanced diet, but we still come back with nutrient deficiencies. You've seen people taking the ranferon syrups, hematinic syrups. You've seen people taking supplements for bones, right? You've seen people taking all these supplements, even for the brain and memory. And that company is actually by selling you out on that because they're just part of the food industry. Supplements are actually foods. So you've seen people taking these supplements, then you wonder, why are they taking these supplements when they are eating a balanced diet? Does it mean that their balanced diet has no nutrients? Of course, it does mean that. But you'll ask somebody, tell me about your diet. And then they tell you, me, I eat a balanced diet. I do 3 meals in a day. And then you ask them about the balanced diet and you realize the meals are actually 70% carbohydrates. Like you look at it this way. In the morning, you take tea that has milk plus sugar. When you boil milk, you've destroyed the protein structure. You've destroyed and stabilized the fat. You've killed the microorganism. So the only thing that is remaining in that milk is lactose. That is a carbohydrate. You've added in sugar, which is fructose plus glucose. That is sucrose. That is a carbohydrate. You've taken your mandazis. That is wheat. That is carbohydrate. You've added on 2 smokies or sausages. That is processed red meat. Zero nutritional value. You've applied, maybe you've taken bread and applied margarine. Again, bread is carbohydrate, margarine is seed oils. Nothing. Now at 10, you're doing the same thing. Again, 70% to 80% carbohydrates. At lunch, you're taking beans and rice. All are carbohydrates. Or you're taking beans and chapati. All are carbohydrates. Or you're taking your bigger ugali. Ugali, 70% of the plate is ugali. Plus vegetables. Remember, vegetables have fiber. And that fiber is carbohydrate. Again, these vegetables, if you cook them in seed oils, they are useless. Now you're just remaining with the fiber. So what do you get? What you get from the vegetables is just fiber. That's carbohydrate. So we are at 80% of the plate being carbohydrate. Then you take 2 pieces of meat or some 2 eggs because your nutritionist said if you take many eggs, 6 eggs, you'll end up having cholesterol that will cause you a heart attack. So you take 2 eggs in a week, or you take 2 pieces of red meat because red meat can cause me cancer. So your plate is actually 85% carbohydrates. At 4 p.m., you're taking your coffee. Of course, you're not taking coffee. You're taking sugar in coffee. You're just using coffee as a carrier. Again, that is a carbohydrate, plus a snack, carbohydrate. You pass by a joint to take 2 for the road. Sugar, carbohydrate. Some of you go to Pizza Inn, you take your pizza, carbohydrate, plus soda, carbohydrate. And then by the time you're coming home now, on the traffic jam, you're so angry, you're yawning like a mongoose because you have lowered your energy. Like literally, you take carbohydrates, you spike blood sugars, insulin comes in, takes sugars below normal. And then now you start yawning and craving for more carbohydrates. That's how you get carbohydrates addiction. So by the time you're done with your day, 90% of what you've eaten in that day is just carbohydrates, sugars. And then you just stamp yourself and say, I've made it. I eat a balanced diet. Balanced diet. I look at your plate, I'm wondering, this is what you call balance. Even simple common sense. It's actually telling you your plate is not balanced. And then you have this nutritionist who is telling you calculate the calories. Now you go into the calorie calculation because you're civilized and you can afford those machines that actually calculate calories. Now we have a diabetic plate. You see that? That's how the industry actually brainwashes you to think that this is the healthy plate. But if that diabetic plate was healthy, how is it possible that cases of diabetes still go up? Even with the diabetic plate, it has been there for the longest period of time and it's still there. And they regurgitate it all the time. You see now this and diabetic plate, use this to eat, use this to portion your foods. Portion control is a crazy one. Okay? So that is what you're doing. In a whole day, you're just eating carbohydrates. So there's no nutrients there. Carbohydrates mess your stomach environment. They destroy the acid in the stomach. They cause inflammation in the gut wall. So absorbing nutrients will be a problem. If they destroy the acid environment in the stomach, digesting protein will be a problem. So therefore, nutrient deficiencies. Now, the food industry woke up earlier than you. So they understood that if they take these raw materials, which are whole foods from you, and they go process it, they have removed the fiber, they have removed the minerals, they have removed the trace elements, put them aside. Now this that you're remaining with is just junk. Now you consume this junk, and of course you end up getting these mineral deficiencies that they just removed from that food. Now it's a product. It's no longer food because they removed what makes it food. Now it's a product. And this is what you are addicted to because, again, they will add in fructose so that it masks your taste buds. You cannot taste food in the natural states. It gives you dopamine hits. When it gives you dopamine hits, those dopamine hits are the ones that actually cause you food addiction. Dopamine is a feel-good hormone. It is produced after sex. That's why people get addicted to sex. That's why people get addicted to masturbation. The same dopamine is the one that is produced in people who have epilepsy. So you get abnormal firings and you end up getting epilepsy and the seizures. So in seizures, instead of them just telling you the foods that you're eating are causing you overproduction and excitation of the dopamine receptors, they now give you a drug to block the brain from making this dopamine. Now, why would you block a brain from making what it has to make anyway? But that's a story for another day. So you get these dopamine hits, and then you get addiction to their foods. That's what they want. So they woke up earlier than you. You are very small to the food industry. They studied you from the time you came out of that womb. That time that a baby starts to put their legs and everything goes into their mouth, that is the time a baby starts to form taste sensation. And immediately they do that, they take pediatric psychiatrists and psychologists. They have employed them to just study behavior from the time you're a child until the time you die. So if you're thinking you can actually win the game or the battle against the food industry, the agriculture business, and the big pharma, you're wasting your time. If you're thinking your government is going to come in to actually fight the fortification of foods, you're wasting time because these same foods that are fortified, they have arabastam from Kebs in Kenya. They do have it. But you see, the raw materials that were used to form these products were actually whole foods. They had all the nutrients. So you would have considered eating those foods instead of waiting for them to take it to the industry to remove the nutrients from it and then add sugar to get you addicted, which is zero nutritional value and benefit. And they are so sure because they are in bed with the big pharma. They are waiting for you 7 years down the line of consuming these unhealthy foods. They are there waiting for you to come back with diabetes, with hypertension, with mineral deficiencies. And guess what? They simply rebrand and they call themselves supplement industries. And they bring you the supplements now. The same supplements that they got out of that food, they have brought it to you. So now one whole food has actually given them business from the starch and then from the supplement business. But you never know, right? You're thinking actually the supplement industry is actually coming in to save your life, right? That's why you're taking all those supplements in your house. You have supplements that cost 25,000 shillings, hoping that now because I'm eating these nutrient-less foods, these supplements are coming to change my life. This is the same mindset that people who have diabetes. They think that they can simply eat what caused them diabetes and still go to the pharmacy and take a medication for diabetes to just change what they are eating. You think drugs can change your kitchen? Hello? You think as you take that medication, as you take that metformin, as you inject with that insulin, it's going to change your eating habits. Insulin is actually making you a food addict. As you think insulin is coming in to save you, it is actually making you a food addict. So that is what fortification is. Simply getting whole foods, removing the nutrients and the minerals and micronutrients, and then serving you with the nutrient-less foods so that later on we come back with another business to give you supplements, the collagen supplements, the vitamin E supplements, the vitamin D supplements. Now, vitamin D supplements, why would you need them? In Africa, for heaven's sake, why would you need vitamin D supplement in Africa, where we have the sun and we have fatty meats that we can eat to get vitamin D from cholesterol? Let the West people use it. Let them use it because they don't have the sun. That's why they come here and conquer you at the beaches. Why would you actually compete with them? The research is coming from them. Why would you trust their research? Why don't you do your own research? And the weird part is in medical school and pharmacy school, there's a unit called biochemistry. A deeper unit. Most people ignore it. Most students ignore that topic, like literally that subject or unit, because it is difficult to understand it. The basics of biochemistry are difficult to understand, and you're wondering, because it's a preclinical unit, you tend to think that I need to get deeper. Medical students start thinking, I want to do the surgery. Pharmacy students are thinking, I want to go deeper into medication and medicines and understand this and become a guru. But the basics, there's a reason why that unit was put there. Even in, but nutrition, they are safe because they just highlight it. They highlight it, biochemistry. So when I tell people fruits are unhealthy, and then a doctor is asking me how are fruits unhealthy, and then I take them back to biochemistry class, then they're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, okay, okay, but they don't want to accept it again. Now they have known actually where they went wrong, but they don't want to admit they are wrong. They still keep on telling you fruits are healthy, and now they change the fruits. They tell you, oh, go and eat pawpaw. Oh, now stop eating this, go and eat the berries. But the nutritional benefit of these fruits are the same. There is fructose. When you're diabetic, do you really need sugar? So these are some of the foods that you people have been consuming without even knowing. They have these things. All of you know, if you are in the kitchen, if you are at home right now and you can actually access your seed oil jerrycan, that yellow tin, that cooking oil that is packaged in clear plastic containers and the yellow tins. I want you to check on it and see the ingredients. You will see it's written on rich in vitamin A and vitamin E. They are not stupid. Understand that seed oils are oxidized when you use them for cooking. They actually came in oxidized from the industries. So they come in being very toxic. And when you heat them, they go rancid. They oxidize and they produce reactive oxygen species. I want you to get this clearly so that you know you don't understand it totally. So they get reactive oxygen species when you use them for cooking. That is an inflammatory radical. Now, guess what? The liver uses vitamin E as an antioxidant to actually detoxify the system from the effects that are being caused by the seed oils. So the liver uses vitamin E. The liver also uses cholesterol to detoxify what you're causing yourself through the cooking oils. The sunflower, the safflower, the canola, the corn. So the liver uses vitamin E as an antioxidant to actually clear oxidative stress that is being caused by these seed oils. The same liver uses cholesterol that you've been made to believe that is an enemy. So the liver uses cholesterol to actually fix the problem that you're causing yourself through these seed oils. So these guys, they knew, of course, there's somebody who can think this way. So they went ahead of you and then fortified the seed oils using vitamin E. Do you see the relationship? So they knew if you read vitamin E here, you will never come again after them because they will tell you, but we've put in vitamin E that will act as an antioxidant. Even if our product can oxidize, we have actually fortified it with vitamin E to prevent oxidation and oxidative stress to your cells. And then you're like, wow, these guys are so smart. They did this. Man, they care about me. They don't. They don't. So seed oils are actually fortified with vitamin A and vitamin E. Nowadays, your favorite seed oil is actually incorporated with ginger or garlic. So you see how they care about you? They even add in garlic. But you tell me, when was the last time you saw a farm for garlic? When was the last time you heard maybe a friend of yours is actually supplying garlic to that seed oil industry? When was the last time? Have you ever seen a large-scale production of garlic and ginger? I've not. I'm yet to see one. I'm yet also to see a lorry or lorries supplying garlic to that seed oil company. Do not take any supplements for appetite. Why? Because your body knows what time to feed, when to feed, and if it feels hungry because it's been deprived, it will ask you for food. So why do you need to supplement? Because actually the body is actually trying to communicate to you. It's telling you, hey, you're eating very unhealthy foods. They don't have any nutritional value. So I am actually trying to find nutrients from this pizza that you're eating every Tuesday. There is none. In the evening, I'm trying to find any nutrient in this ugali that you're eating, even though it's coming from a posho meal. There is none. I am trying to find nutrients in this rice that you're binging yourself on these sausages, on this spaghetti. There is none. So I'm actually sending you into cravings to eat food that have nutrients, but you bring me nothing. Now, what do? I have to protect myself from what you're causing me. So I deny you appetite. Have you ever asked yourself why sick people lose appetite? Sick people lose appetite because the body is actually trying to fix the disease. The liver is interested in building immunoglobulins, the immune cells against the disease. So sick people lose appetite for a reason. But guess what? Your mother is sick in the hospital, and what you're taking to her is the fruits, the juices, the energy drinks. She needs energy for what? She has already enough energy, and her stores are filled. They're actually dump sites. So the body is actually trying to clear the dump sites, convert that crazy things in the fat cells into energy. She has enough energy already. But because you're thinking, oh, drugs are very strong. Which drugs are stronger than human beings? Drugs are strong. You know, if he's taking this drug, she has to eat before taking these drugs. Then you're loading them with a lot of food, which is just basically sugar, and hoping that this sugar is going to change their lives for the better. You're actually killing your parents.